welcome back to my channel. As you can see, today's video is going to be a bridal inspired look. And if you don't want it to be quite so dramatic, you can always skip out on the winged liner and just do a liner across the lid and leave it at that. But feel free to adjust this so that it is just how you want it to be on your big day. And for this look, I will be using the Lorac Pro palette as well as two of my ColourPop eyeshadows. So to see how to get this look, just keep on watching. I already primed my lids using my MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and now I'm going in with a BH Cosmetics blending brush and some of the color Cream. We are just kind of laying this color into the crease, and this will be a base shade so that everything we apply on top will blend really seamlessly. Now I am going in with a piece of tape and lining it up with my bottom lash line and just extending it outwards towards the tail end of my brow. And I'm doing this because we'll be doing a smoked out liner, so this will just make it really easy to do that. Using the same BH Cosmetics blending brush and some of the color Taupe, I am working that into the crease and upper crease area. This will be our first transition shade, so just really roughly blend this on as well. And also work it into your outer V. Using my Morphe B19 and some of the color Sable, I am working that right into the crease and outer V area. This will help to start define our crease even more. Using the same brush and some of Espresso, I am first starting this off in the outer V because that's where we want it to be the darkest. And then I'll slowly work it into the crease just kind of halfway through, using a lot of little circular motions to make sure that we get it really well blended. Next, I'm taking a Morphe M200 in the color Black, and this I am definitely concentrating it right into the outer V to add that smokiness. And you can use little circular motions as well to kind of blend this as best you can, but just don't bring it up very high or anything. We want to keep the dark color right in the outer V. And as you can see, I'm just slowly adding to the black and building it up so that I can get it as dark as I want it. And this is kind of up to you how dark you want your eye to look. I'm using some of Sable on my Morphe B19 and running that in the crease and just kind of blending out those darker colors that we just applied so that we don't have any harsh edges. I'm also using my BH Cosmetics blending brush and some of Taupe just to make sure that we blend out everything really well, and so just using windshield wiper motions and circular motions to blend everything together. Using the flat side of my Anastasia brush, I am taking the color White and patting it right onto the brow bone, just all the way completely under the brow. And then just going in with a clean BH Cosmetics blending brush to blend that all together. For the lid, I am using my Smashbox brush and applying the color Liberty by ColourPop all over the lid and just kind of blending it in with the outer V shade. You can also bring it into the inner corner just a little bit because we want some of the color in there as well. Using the same brush, I'm going in with ColourPop's I Heart This and applying that right on top. This will help to give it a little bit more of a champagne look to the lid. This color also adds a little bit more glitter or sparkle to the lid, so it's really a pretty combination. I'm using my Morphe M200 and some of the black shade, and we're just going to start to blend in the shimmery color with the outer V just so that there's not a harsh edge there anymore. So just kind of use circular motions to blend those two colors together. Using my B19 and some of Sable, we're going to work that right into the crease, and that will just help to blend out any rough edges that we created when we packed on those shimmery colors. Using a BH Cosmetics angled brush and some of my Mary Kay Black Gel Liner, I'm going to be creating a wing and just using the tape to create this and bringing it back inwards just to create that triangle shape. And this doesn't have to be perfect because we will just be blending it out with some black shadow so that we can really get a smoky look. Using the small blending brush on the other side of my Anastasia brush, I'm going to start setting it first with the black shadow. And if you don't want to do a wing, you can totally skip this, but just be sure to at least line your eyes a little bit with a black liner and then smudge it and set it with a black shadow. So that way you don't have any harsh edges or lines, and then it will last all day because you set it. Once you have the liner smudged the way you want it, just remove that tape and you'll have a nice sharp wing. And then just take that same Mary Kay liner and that angled brush and just connect your winged liner all the way into your inner corner. I already curled my lashes and applied some mascara, and now I'm setting on a pair of the Salon Perfect Demi Wispies. And these are definitely some of my favorite bridal lashes because they're super easy to put on and they have just that really pretty wispy look, and they're just not too dramatic, and I think everybody would like these. I am priming my face using my Smashbox primer, and it's the Photo Finish one. We're going to do our face first so that way when we move on to our lower lash line, it'll stay nice and smoky just the way we want it. And first of all, I'm going to be using my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation, and I'm going to be dotting that all over my face and just kind of keeping it free away from underneath my eyes because we'll be applying concealer, so we don't want it to be too cakey there. And then I'll be grabbing a damp Real Techniques stippling sponge, and we'll just use this to blend out the foundation all over, and also we'll blend it down onto our neck a little bit as well, just so that there's no line of demarcation from our chin onto our neck. I'm taking my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the color NC15 and applying that right underneath my eyes in a triangle shape to highlight down the bridge of my nose and onto my chin and a little bit between my brows as well. And this is going to be our highlighting concealer. So just apply that all on, and then I am grabbing that same Real Techniques sponge and using that to stipple and blend it all in. And then using that same sponge in the COTY AIRSPUN translucent powder, I am going to be using that to set everything. So first concentrating on the areas where we highlighted, and then we'll also just be using it to set the entire face. And while the whole face sets with that powder, I am going to finish the lower lash line, and I'm first using a small brush and some of the NYX Jumbo Pencil in the color Milk to line our waterline. This will really brighten and open up our eyes. Just using whatever liner is left on our angled brush from our winged liner, I am just going to apply that onto our lower lash line just to add a light definition. We don't want this really dark at all. We want to keep the lower lash line pretty light, but we do want a little bit of definition. In the tip of my Sigma E55, I dipped it into the color Taupe, and we're just going to run that along the lash line just to add a little bit of definition, like I said, and kind of smoke it out. I'm also using a MORPHE M200 and some more of Taupe just to help to blend everything out just a little bit better, because we don't want any harsh edges. We just want this to look really blown out and kind of like a natural shadow. To highlight the inner corner a little bit more, I'm taking my BH Cosmetics blending brush and some of the color Nude and just applying that right on top where we had applied the Liberty Silver shade. Taking the tip of my Sigma E55 and some of the color Sable and pushing that right into my lash line, and this will just add a little bit more definition to our lower lash line. I just feel like it needed to be a tad bit darker. And then I added mascara to my lower lashes, and now we're moving on to the face again, and I will be using my Anastasia contour kit and using the first darkest shade and using it like a bronzer, so using that to warm up my cheeks, my forehead, and onto my neck and décolleté. And then I'm going in with an angled brush and some of the middle contour shade and using that to contour, so in the hollows of my cheeks, on either side of my nose, and on my hairline and my jawline. And I like this color because it is a cool tone, so it's perfect for contouring. And then for blush, I'm going in with Milani's Coralina and just applying that onto the apples of my cheek, working it backwards onto my hairline, or into my hairline, and using that BH Cosmetics brush that we used for the bronzer earlier. And to set the highlight underneath the eyes a little bit better and just to kind of brighten things up along the contour and on my chin, I'm using the first shade in the Anastasia Contour and Highlight Kit, and it's the lightest shade. Just using that on a BH Cosmetics brush to set everything and brighten it up. And I'm just applying the last shade in the highlighters in the Anastasia kit right on to my cheekbones, down the ridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. And this just has a really nice subtle highlight that is perfect for any bridal look. Lastly, moving on to lips, I am going to be using my Jordana lip liner in the color Tawny and using that to line my lips and fill them in completely. And the next thing I'm doing is grabbing my ColourPop Lippie Stick in the color Skimpy and applying that on top and just kind of blending it in. And then the last thing to do is just to set the entire face with a setting spray. Today I am using my NYX Matte Finish Spray. Alright beauties, and there you have the finished bridal inspired makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe learned something new today. Don't forget to hit the like button if you liked it, and also subscribe because I do upload new videos every Monday and Thursday. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all soon. Bye beauties!